Good morning, Greenville, and thank you for joining us for the second episode of The Business Next Door, live from 182 Main Street. And this morning, I'd like to welcome our very special guest, Corey Sicky, with Anytime Fitness in Greenville. Thank you for joining us this morning.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
We're just gonna go ahead and go through our interview. We encourage you, those who are watching live, to tweet us at Greenville Sham, that's CHAM for chamber, at Greenville Sham. Live tweet us your questions, and we will, as we get them, we'll sort of incorporate them into our interview. So without any more, why don't you tell me a little bit about how you got to be the owner of Anytime Fitness, why fitness, why Anytime, and why in Greenville?
Okay. Well, it started out with my dad. He opened the first Anytime with our family in Hermitage.
Okay.
And it was always his dream to own his own business. And he worked in a pipe mill, worked swing shift. And so he wanted to find something that fit his schedule. Since he, generally worked afternoon turn and there was no other facilities open either that early or that late where he could work out.
Okay.
He had some health issues, so he started looking into it, found Anytime and started out there. He was looking to expand it, so we expanded to the Newcastle, and he asked us, my husband and I at that time, if we wanted to become partners. And so we joined him in Newcastle. And as it grew, I wanted something closer to home in my own community, and so that's where Greenville came to be.
Okay. Yeah. So you saw the need of a facility like this in Greenville, a business like this in Greenville, and you went for it. It made sense to do it. That's great. What are some of the services that make Anytime Fitness special, stand out? What can you tell me about that?
I think first and foremost, of course, our facility and its convenience. We're open 24/7, 365 days a year. The only time that we're closed is once a year overnight for some maintenance of the facility. But other than that, it's a true 24/7 gym. So that's the biggest service that we offer. Secondly, I would say it's our personal training department.
Okay.
And just our staff in that regard, that we're there to truly help people to reach their goals. And I have a wonderful training staff down there. And
I have some experience with that.
Yeah.
I did like a 6-week with one of the personal trainers, Kristen, and she whipped my butt.
Yeah.
She whipped my butt into shape, and it was very good, especially I had just joined Anytime, and it was so valuable to take that opportunity as I was getting back into, working out and getting into shape. So.
Yeah, with everybody that joins the facility, we want them to get started off on the right foot. So we do a free fitness consultation with one of the trainers. So that way we get a basis of, where they're starting out at, what their goals are, if there's any health issues. And we want everyone to learn how to use the facility so that they're safe and getting the most out of their time when they're there.
Good.
Yeah.
I know that Greenville Anytime Fitness has been recognized for accomplishments within Anytime Fitness at a corporate, the global sort of level. In particular, I think last year you were recognized for your work that you did on the boot camp, the kids' boot camp. But what other accomplishments, things that you're really proud of that Greenville Anytime Fitness is, sort of leading in?
Yeah. The biggest one has been, one of the biggest ones has been the kids' boot camp. So we were featured at our annual conference the year before last for that. It's not something that Anytime Fitnesses generally do, because most of them are geared towards older, not kids, not teenagers. It just doesn't fit our model because we're 24/7. But with the need in Greenville for something to offer something to the kids in the community,
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so we were recognized in that way for doing that. And then this last year, we were recognized for being in the top 10% of all Anytime Fitnesses in the world. And there's
Wow.
3,000 in the world right now. So it's a pretty big achievement.
Definitely. Wow.
To do that. And a shout out has to go to the community for that and the people in the club, because we are that because of our membership and because of our retention and people coming and staying with us. And so that's the reason why we're part of that Club Purple.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
That is fantastic to
Thank you.
hear. What do you consider something valuable that you've learned from running this business?
The biggest thing that I've learned is that we can't be everything to everyone.
Okay.
You know, we have a place for certain people. We don't fit everyone. As much as I've tried to do various things, and we'll always continue to try and do what the community needs, what people are looking for to the best of our ability. But I've also learned to focus on our strengths and what we're doing best,
Okay.
and you know, to kind of focus there.
That, I'm a firm believer in doing what you do and doing it to the best
Right.
of your ability and
Yeah.
well. And that does mean that you aren't necessarily going to be able to please everyone.
Right.
But you have that integrity and you have that, and that's valuable, definitely. What is your favorite part of the day at the gym?
My favorite part's when I get to go out and just talk to everybody, you know, see how we can help them, see how they're doing, you know, if they're reaching their goals, if there's anything going on in their lives, just touching base with them and getting involved with them.
Okay.
We've had some people that have come to us with health issues, not just physical health issues, but also some mental health issues, and we're unable to afford the gym, and so we do have a scholarship program
Okay.
that we've been able to reach out and help those people, and so that's one of the reasons why we got into this, is so that we can help people.
Yeah.
So when I get an opportunity to do that and to watch them progress and to improve and get better and healthier, that's the best part.
I did not know about that scholarship program. That's
Yeah.
awesome that you guys are able to do that for some people. If you could sum up, and this is a question that I asked Lori Reeves last month, and I know it's a difficult
Yeah.
question, but if you could sum up doing business in Greenville in 2 words, what would they be?
The first word would be loyalty. When we came into the community, there was a lot of skepticism, you know, 24 hours and some of the things that we've done. And it's hard to gain the trust of the community initially, but once you do, the people here are extremely loyal and very loving and kind people. And then the second word would be community, because it truly is a community where people care for one another and want to share with one another and be a group and a part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us one way in which being a part of the chamber, which is also, focused on this sense of community, has benefited your business.
Well, you guys have been wonderful with your support to the local businesses, everything that you're trying to do to grow Greenville and to draw people into Greenville. The expo is excellent. You know, that's done wonders for, getting us out there and allowing people to come in and ask questions and see us in person without the intimidation of the gym.
Okay.
You know, the events that we're able to participate in, like the parades and things like that, again, people get to see us out in the community, and I think it makes it easier for them to come through the door.
Definitely. And you're going to be at the Business Expo this year, aren't you?
Yeah, we will be.
And I saw that exclusive for those who come to the Business Expo, you're offering $1 to sign up
Right.
to join the gym.
Yeah, if they join, they can actually join at the expo. We'll have it set up so that they can do that.
Okay.
And if they join at the expo, it's just $1 to join.
That is a deal.
Yeah.
That if you're not a member and you've been looking, you need to come to the expo for that and visit Anytime Fitness. That's I was excited to see that because we always want, really good incentives for people to come out for
Right.
these things, and that was fantastic to see that. I know that you've built a great team at Any Time, and I know that because I go there and I've experienced it and I've seen it. Um, but tell us about your staff. They're excellent. I think they're great. Tell us a little
Yeah.
bit about, about them.
I'm very blessed. When we were looking to come to Greenville, that was one of the biggest things, is that we had to find the right people for the club. So my manager, her name is Melinda Conkar. She's been in the business for over 10 years.
Okay.
She's a personal trainer, and she's just the sweetest person that you would ever meet. She'll do anything for you. Just fun-loving, energetic. Just a great person, and brings a lot of experience to the facility as well,
Okay.
having been in the business for so long.
Yeah.
Our personal trainer, Ken Hillier, he's been with us since the beginning as well, and he is just incredible. Again, both of them genuinely care for the people and what they're doing.
Yeah.
And he's great with, he's got a nutrition degree as well.
Okay.
So if anybody needs any help with the nutrition end of it, you can go to him for that.
Okay.
He's also recently obtained some certifications so that he can work with kids in sports. So football, basketball, anything like that.
And gear their training around
Right,
what
yeah.
activity they're in.
Right,
Okay.
right. Strength and conditioning for that. So, and he continues to expand and grow as far as his knowledge base.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. For someone who's new to fitness, or maybe they've been out of it for a while, or even just new entirely to the gym, what are some encouraging words for someone who's looking to step into that? Hasn't made the leap yet, but has been thinking about it.
Yeah. I remember when I first started into fitness, and I remember how I felt when I went into the gym for the first time,
Yeah.
and I was scared to death. And the biggest thing that I can tell everyone is that most people are scared to death. You're nervous, you're anxious, what's everyone going to look like in there? Is everyone going to be watching me? We all go through that, and we all start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, and it doesn't matter where that place is. All that matters is the journey and where you end up.
Mhm.
So just know that there's normal people there. We're not all buff and in shape, and wearing muscle shirts and all of that. And just walk through the door and
Yeah.
and let us help you.
For those of you who, for the first time, go into Any Time, I will warn you, though, that the door will beep
Yes.
when you
Yeah.
come in, so don't let that alarm
Don't
you.
panic.
But yeah, that walking through those doors can be very intimidating, but you've definitely created, a welcoming environment and a staff that's very attentive and when that new person walks through the door, they're not going to be wandering around trying to figure out
No.
what to do.
Right, no.
They're going to get assistance, and they're going to get it right away,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is good. So what are some, I asked Lori this as well with technology, and so with fitness, what are some common misconceptions that you have just seen over the years when it comes to joining a gym?
I think the biggest thing is that people get frustrated because they don't see the results that they want quick enough.
Okay.
And so they get very discouraged. Wherever you're starting, whether you need to lose weight, whether you need to gain muscle, all of that takes time. And it takes consistency and it takes patience. And I know that's not what people want to hear.
Yeah.
They want to come in and they want to, in a couple of weeks, begin to see results and unfortunately it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
So that's probably one of the biggest misconceptions that people have, and that really hinders them reaching their goals.
Because they get frustrated, and
Yeah.
then their commitment will change,
Right.
because they aren't seeing the results that they want as
Right.
quickly as they want.
Yeah.
That's definitely, patience is something that,
Yeah.
the time that, for me in particular, trying to gain weight all of my life, I've tried that. Not a lot of people have that problem, but, that took many years, and my metabolism is starting to slow down. So now it's really watching what I'm eating, so that I am setting myself up for when that changes.
Yeah.
As I get older,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to eat, my triple burger or whatever,
Right.
and still,
Yeah. Yeah, and recognizing that, like I said, everybody is different. You're coming in with, there's more people out there than what you realize that have the same issue.
Yeah.
We're, like I said, we're all coming in with different issues. Everybody is. The people that come into the gym, we're not all fit. It's not about vanity. We're all there just trying to get healthier. And it's not just healthy physically, it's also healthy in a mental capacity as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great stress reducer.
Yeah.
Lots of people that suffer from depression greatly benefit from regular exercise.
Oh, yeah. Around this time of year, as
Yeah.
things get cold and it gets dark early, that's actually one of the things that I remember seeing, either posted outside, or, that working out is a great antidepressant.
Yeah, it
And-
really is. Mhm.
Yeah, and if, I believe that to be true, definitely. It gets your energy levels up, and it just, especially when you start out your day that way, that's something that's been a little bit hard. I always mean to go in at, 7 o'clock before I come into work.
Yeah.
But usually now, lately, and I was doing it for a while, but now I'm starting to go in around my lunchtime. What are there any, tips for the people who want to get up and start their day that way, but maybe find it difficult to get out of bed for it?
Just do it. Just do it.
Quit
Because
whining,
just
just get out of bed.
just stop listening to all the stuff that's running through your head trying to convince you not to do it, and just go in. Because you'll be on the treadmill or whatever you're doing, and 5 minutes, 10 minutes into it, you feel totally different.
Yeah.
And when you're done, remember, like in those mornings when you wake up and you don't want to get out of bed because it's 20 degrees and 2 feet of snow on the ground, because we live in western Pennsylvania and it's miserable in the winter, but
Yeah.
Remember how you felt when you left.
Yeah.
And, just lock that somewhere away in your brain, because you will definitely feel better. It's worth the time and the effort.
Yeah. Very good. What is your, and you said, some really good things about, the loyalty, the sense of community that we have here, but, what is your favorite part of this community? It's obviously not the snow, but,
No.
or being in this community, but.
I love how the community is continuing to try and grow and to stay up to date, yet remain with its own identity.
Okay.
So you're trying to do things like this. The Chamber's really pushing to move us into, the technology age and keep us all connected. At the same time, everybody wants to keep that small town community feeling.
Yeah.
And so that's really hard to do, and I think that you guys are doing a really great job with
Thank
that.
you.
The community as a whole
Oh,
is.
definitely. Something that, a month ago we were celebrating Shop Small Business Saturday, and I know I had talked to you a little bit about it, and because Anytime is, there are more than one, and
Right.
some people might not look at it small, but we consider it to be a small business in our area because it is locally owned and locally maintained and employs people
Right.
locally.
Yeah.
And that's the idea of Shop Small and supporting our small businesses.
Right. We're not, even though we have a corporate head, every Anytime Fitness is owned individually.
Yeah.
So, we live out in Atlantic, and this is our town. This is where we shop. This is where I do my banking. This is, and it's more than just about that. I give back to the schools, and wherever I can, I want to be involved in this community and helping this community, and all of our locations are like that.
And we appreciate that you do that,
With-
definitely.
Without the community, we wouldn't exist. So, yeah, we love to give back.
It's that cycle that needs to,
Right.
always be completed.
Right.
And so we are thankful that Anytime Fitness is in Greenville. I know I am, because I go there and I enjoy it, and it's allowed me to reach some of the goals that I have. I know I'm gearing up for, in April, I'm going to be visiting a friend in Portland, Oregon, and we're going to be climbing either Mount St. Helens or South Sister.
Wow.
So I know I have some training that I need
Yeah.
to do in my legs and my back, 'cause I'll
Yeah.
be carrying things. Still working towards some of those things, but I'm very, very grateful to have any time, and the quality of it especially. I mean, you go in, it's clean, you feel safe, like you said. I think that really is definitely a huge, testament to you guys and what you've been able to do for such a nice facility. I mean, it looks like it literally just opened still, and
Thank
you
you.
guys have been here for how long?
It'll be 3 years in February.
Okay, so
yeah.
you guys definitely do a good job maintaining the equipment and the facility, because it still looks brand new, which is very nice. I'm going to check Twitter to see if we have any live tweets. I don't think so. I don't know that our audience is on Twitter yet, but I did ask you, kind of jokingly but also very serious, if you wanted to demonstrate your favorite exercise.
Yes.
And I said I would as well. And that exercise actually involved a big ball, but I don't have one
He
here.
backed out on me, everybody. So I brought mine.
I will demonstrate another exercise that I really like, that doesn't involve the ball. That would have been really embarrassing. Just say
The ball would have been a fun one, but that's okay. That's all right.
So Dave, our cameraman, if she gets set up to do it, will you make sure that you get everything, and we'll sort of move these chairs out of the way.
Okay. Make sure that I don't drop everything here. I don't know. How does this work? Like this?
Yeah.
Maybe I should have brought one that was not quite so cumbersome.
Oh, I think your mic is stuck to the.
Okay, we'll do the scarf on. Okay, so this is called a kettlebell swing.
Okay.
It's really easy, but it's kind of fun. I really like it because it's just fun, and you get into a rhythm with it, and it works all of your core. So you're working your butt, and you're working your stomach, and you're working your legs, and you're working your arms as well, and it's really fun.
Okay.
So you just kind of want to swing it up and back and up and back. And you're bending your legs and just letting your arms kind of travel up with you.
Okay.
It's an all-over body exercise.
A full body.
Full body.
Okay.
And it's excellent. And if you want to get a little bit funner, you can do a single arm, which is even more fun because you can get to switch.
Okay.
And it's just fun to get into a rhythm, and I kind of tend to zone out when I do this because,
It's very, just sort of.
yeah, it's smooth and.
I know my personal trainer, Kristen, had me do some of those. And she sort of stepped back and looked. So I don't know if I have the complete movement rhythm down yet. But yeah, I remember after that one particular, just feeling overall, a sense that everything was getting.
It gets your cardio up. I mean, it just really does. Yeah, and it's different and fun. Part of the reason why people fall out of fitness is because they get bored with what they're doing.
Okay.
And so this is just a fun addition. And anytime you want to spice it up, and you're in the gym, let us know because we'd be glad to show you.
Yeah.
Any new exercises, spice up that routine so you don't get bored and
definitely. That's the one that I'm going to show or demonstrate. And you know, Corey is a professional. I am not a professional. So there's going to be, you know, there may be some, you can critique me. How about that?
Okay.
And if there's
will.
anything wrong. But one of the, you know, getting ready for climbing this mountain, I want to work my legs. I have chronic chicken leg syndrome. I've never
that.
really had, you know, anything. I've never really even focused on my legs. So one of the things that I found was, you know, you have the squats, you have the lunges, you have, you know, but this in particular, and you would hold weights, but this is still kind of difficult.
He's
And I always
giving
have
you a
trouble-
difficult one, everybody.
Yeah.
This is not an easy beginner one.
Especially with the, you know, balancing yourself.
Yes.
But, you know, with weights in either hand, and you just sort of drop down. And I'm not entirely sure, you know, what particular part of the legs that this works, but it throws it off from the normal squat.
Yeah, it does.
And I think it's this.
You're working your quads and your hamstrings with
Okay.
that, and a lot of stabilizer muscles because you're having to keep your body.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
You saw he was kind of wobbly.
It
so
is a little.
yeah,
You
so
wouldn't
you're
think
using
that
a
this
lot
is,
of different muscles on that one.
Yeah, and that definitely, you know, again, like it threw it off from just the normal squats that
Yeah.
I was doing.
Yes.
So,
Very good.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.
So, if you have not, you know, made the leap, the jump to go and get yourself, you know, I don't know. If you haven't made that leap,
If you haven't come in to see us,
yes,
just come
if you
in.
haven't come in to see them at Anytime Fitness, you know, the new year is coming up. If it's on your resolution list to get healthy for 2015, Anytime Fitness is the place to do it. Friendly staff. Don't forget, they're going to be at the expo, and they have a great deal for you that you want to take advantage of if you're not a member. Corey, thank you so much for being
Thank you.
here.
My pleasure.
We want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and join us next month for the Business Next Door. Thank you.